Hey there guys, CrossFlux here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team. In the last episode, Grimm investigated the newly discovered Meteor Cave and went head-to-head with an alien Pokemon, Deoxys. In today's episode, we'll actually be visiting the Buried Relic. Yeah, remember that place? It was one of the first post-game dungeons that we had unlocked, and there was even a Pelipper news article all about it. Well, the reason I didn't explore it so early on is that it was a 99 floor dungeon, and I didn't think we were quite ready for that responsibility just yet. Now that we've covered both the Western Cave and the Silver Trench, I think we have enough experience to finally see what mysteries it holds. And the Buried Relic actually does have quite a few things in store for us. There are a whopping 3 separate bosses, a bonus legendary Pokemon to recruit, and 4 HMs to add to our collection. This dungeon is going to take a few tries to complete no matter which way you slice it. So this is going to be a 2-part episode, so stay tuned for the following episode where I'll complete the second half of the dungeon. But first things first, we need to prepare a team who can handle each of the 3 bosses. Without spoiling anything, they'll all share a fighting type weakness. So I'll be grabbing Lizzie since she knows the Brick Break move, which is fighting type, and a team member that I leveled up a bit off screen, Danica. She's level 37 Medicham. I started using her because I wanted a fighting type Pokemon to have a permanent spot on my rescue team, and I decided to give her a bit of screen time by bringing her to this dungeon too. As for the items to bring to the dungeon, I recommend bringing only the bare necessities. Huge apples, max elixirs, reviver seeds, and escape orbs are actually pretty handy to have in the Buried Relic as well, but I'll explain that a little bit more later. But the reason I recommend only bringing the bare necessities is because you're going to want as much bag space as you can possibly get to carry all the goodies that the Buried Relic has to offer. But enough talk. Have at you! As I said before, the Buried Relic is 99 floors long. However, I will only be covering the first 35 floors in this episode. This is because there are 3 mini-bosses, one on the 15th floor, one on the 25th floor, and one on the 35th floor, and I'd like to have them out of the way for a future excursion. So I'll cover the remaining floors of the Buried Relic in the next episode. Since this is one of the first unlockable dungeons in the game, the wild Pokemon aren't that hard. What makes this dungeon a real challenge is recruiting the tough bosses. Of course, having 99 floors and dangerous traps like pitfalls also don't make it any easier. However, if you twisted my arm and forced me to pick out a few standout threats, I'd say be wary of ghosts like Ghastly and Shedinja, Wobbuffet because of its countering capabilities, and Ditto. But I'd only say watch out for Ditto because they barely grant any experience and it's not really worth your time to kill them. Besides all the rare Pokemon to recruit, the Buried Relic has a wide variety of items on display. Great TMs, held items, orbs, and seeds can all be found here. If you have the ability to bust through walls, be sure to scour floors for vitamins and even more excellent TMs. It's also important to note that each of the 3 bosses in this dungeon drop an important item, so make sure you have enough space in your bag for those. And before I forget, floors 45, 60, 70, and 80 all hold HMs, but I'll wait and cover these in more detail in the second part. So that's pretty much it for now. I'll meet you guys back on the 15th floor when we're ready to face off against the first mini-boss. Alright, here we are. The first of the bosses. Intruder alert, exterminate, intruder alert, exterminate. Alright, so we have Regirock here, a pure rock-type Pokemon who focuses on boosting its defenses and then using explosion-based traps. However, with the rock types, the weaknesses are plentiful, so Regirock really shouldn't be that much of an issue at all. So Regirock was apparently guarding this item that fell off of his body upon defeat. So I'm going to pick up this rock part. Now in order to recruit Regirock, you'll have to beat him again but you have to have the rock part in your inventory. So, once again, I'm going to have to make a second trip through the Buried Relic in order to complete the legendary recruitment list. But back to the speed up until the 25th floor. Alright, mini-boss number 2. Intruder alert, exterminate, intruder alert, exterminate. Alright, so up next is Regice, the ice-typed golem Pokemon. So I'm beginning to wonder if these things are trying to guard something special, because the Regis are pretty important Pokemon in the Pokemon universe. So yeah, it must be something somewhat important. But they don't seem to be. It's just like pieces of their body. A rock part, ice part. Oh well. Maybe we'll learn a little bit later. So, now that I have the ice part, we got 2. Only 1 more left. Let's hit that speed up again until floor 35. You'll pay for that. Man, I can't believe I let that happen. It's because I got too greedy and kept spamming the speed up my movement button. So I kept going too many spaces. Meanwhile, Shauna needed my help. Darn, it sucks. She got a few levels and I really liked her race. Sneasel is one of my more favored ice type Pokemon. And she could have made a really great recruit, especially since I don't really have a good ice type Pokemon yet. Well, at least there's some good stuff coming. I just found a citrus berry, which raises your maximum HP. I'm going to save that for another Pokemon that needs it more than me. But I went ahead and just kept talking here because, well, we're right here at floor 35, ready to take on the third and final Golem. Intruder alert, exterminate, intruder alert, exterminate. So, for those of you who knew about what the Regis are like, then you should have been able to predict that the last one would be Registeel. And he's kind of a pushover, at least at my level. But yeah, if you decide to do the Buried Relic fairly early on in your post-game career, then these bosses here can put up definitely more of a fight. But once we get all three parts put together, we're actually going to get something interesting. Skipper obtained the steel part that it was guarding. That means, by finding the rock part, ice part, and steel part, all three parts are yours. So, tell them, Johnny, what they've won! Oh, the three parts? They're reacting to each other? It's the Triforce! So we get a wish, right? No, we just get a music box. Kinda lame. Actually though, this music box is pretty fragile. Yep, it only needs to be in the toolbox for it to attract a special something. Yeah, don't go into your toolbox like I'm doing and use it, because if you use the music box, it breaks, and you'll have to defeat the respawned golems in order to recreate it. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave the episode here and use an escape orb to get on out of here, because I'll save the remaining floors for another episode, specifically the next episode. But I forgot, the 35th floor prevents us from using orbs. So, I had to go on to the next floor. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. It seems that my escape orb was used up just trying to use it. Well, poop. I'm stuck here now. It's gonna be a long walk home. See you guys next time.